What's up, guys? So I'm here with Ryan. He's gonna teach you guys how to wrap your own roof by yourself. I'm gonna let him take over. So,
all right. So this is. I don't think it's gonna be posted until the reveal. So
yeah,
it'll come out after the reveal. But he's got a sunroof in it, so I'm gonna teach you how to do your own roof by yourself without being scared of the vinyl. A lot of people make a big deal about doing this, and it's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. You just need a few tools, squeegee. Heat gun if you have it. If you don't, get your girlfriend's hair dryer. If you don't have a girlfriend, you need a faster car. Pretty much. All right, yeah, let's get to it. All right, so the first thing is it needs to be clean. The best thing to use, soapy water first. Get a clay bar. They're pretty cheap. They're like $6 or something. Get a clay bar. Clay bar your roof because there is going to be stuff in the paint. The next thing you want to do is clean the seals. So a lot of people don't know, but all of the seals on the front windshields of most cars, oh, nice, yeah, clay bar. So a lot of the seals, if you look close, they're just rubber, they peel back, right? So we're gonna use that to tuck the vinyl under so it seals itself, and we still have to clean off all the plasti dip.
Hey. The rest of the car is done the right way.
Yeah, the rest of the car looks great. Like in person, this thing is immaculate. You did an incredible job. All right. I think the next thing we're gonna do is.
So I'm gonna hop on cleaning this real quick, and then he's gonna clay bar the back, and we'll go from there.
See how to clean behind it and shit.
All right,
whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
All right, so what we're using is the new 3M 2080 series. It's really awesome. It's got. Let's see if I can get it up. Yeah, I can't peel it up. It's got a clear film on top of it that keeps it from scratching.
Yeah, you can see it right back here.
Yeah, you can see the film. So what that does is allows you to use your squeegee, right? And usually 3M was notorious for scratching easily, which you can heat out with a heat gun. But this, you can scratch the hell out of it, and that film peels right off. Complete gloss. All right, so we're all clean. We clay barred the whole roof. We got a measurement. So you want to measure from the dead center of the front of the windshield, right? So as far forward as the windshield curves, you want to go from there to the dead center in the back. Okay. All right, once you get that measurement, you want to add 5 inches to each end. Okay, so you want 10 more inches total than what you actually have. That gives you room to play with, just in case you short the cut or something simple, just add 10 to it. You can order it from metrorestyling.com. The link will be in the description below. You can get everything from there. I'm using these tuck tools. They're pretty much all the same. So order anything that says tuck tool. As long as it kind of looks like this, you're going to be able to use it properly. Get a cheap squeegee, get a buffer, because some of them already come with them, some of them don't. Just if it doesn't, get a buffer for it. Just keeps it gliding nice and easy. What else here? Oh, come take a look at the seal. All right, so this one still has a little bit of plasti dip on it, but what I do is I take this tuck tool and I put it in the rag, and I'll start on one end, get behind the seal, and then just run it all the way down. You see how it peels the seal up like that, and it gets all the dirt from behind it. So when we fold the vinyl under, it sticks, doesn't peel up. All right, let's get to peeling this thing.
350Z.
Somebody with it's V8. Oh yeah,
That's a V. That's a
Somebody's
VQ.
ripping it
That's
out
a
here.
VQ.
You guys can't hear it. All right, so I'm gonna start the peel. All right, so I'm doing this by myself. Usually, if you have extra hands, use them. But if you're doing this completely by yourself, the trick is don't be scared of the vinyl. It is crazy forgiving. I could crumple this whole thing up, peel it back out, and heat it with a hairdryer or a heat gun. It'll go right back to normal. No wrinkles, no nothing. So don't be scared of the vinyl. It's gonna mess up a little bit. So start at one corner, and you want to kind of peel it as far back as you can because it's gonna want to like crinkle up. Fold the corner under, and just a little tack right on the windshield. Use a little pressure, tack it to the windshield. It's gonna hold it nicely, and then we'll go to the other side.
Just understand, guys, the reason why I'm not helping him is the purpose of the video is to show you that you can do it alone. You don't need another person. So if he does need help, obviously I'll jump in, but
yeah, we're gonna do this thing solo. So other side. This door doesn't like to stay. We're gonna do the same thing. So we're gonna peel from this side. We're gonna meet it in the middle. You see how it's holding over there? So that's gonna be the key to making this work, is that windshield is gonna hold everything for us. Right, so I'm gonna get this under.
I mean, shoot, if you could even get your grandma, your mom, your sister, your brother,
Yeah,
just to
anybody,
hold the
really.
section, that's all you'll need.
What I'm gonna do is give it a little bit of tension, just to kind of level it out. Doesn't have to be perfect, because we're gonna come back later and pop these corners back up. All right, so I tack this corner and that corner. Don't tack the center. You're not gonna need it. I'm gonna move back a little bit, and I'm short, so hi guys.
The car's on jack stands. I don't drive a lifted Charger, so.
So I'm gonna reach my hand all the way into here, right, and try to grab it from the middle as possible, right, and then just slowly start to peel it back. Once you get to a certain point, it's gonna become very easy, right? So you might have to, yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go back to the other side and keep going.
I was like, for all intents and purposes, I can just pull it, but.
No, we're gonna do this solo. So you wanna kind of keep tension on the back, because it's gonna bunch up in there. Keep tension on the back, keep it as flat as possible. And see, now the whole thing's moving as one. So like everything's kind of going as one. So now look, it's back here, right? All we have to do, come to the back of the car, try to grab it from as middle as possible, and just go straight back. Okay. Be careful with the paper.
You will fall.
You will fall.
You will fall.
Fall easily.
I did it earlier. I almost died earlier. That was scary. I saw my life flash before my eyes. That was terrible.
All right, so now you see we have all these wrinkles, right? Don't be scared of them. They're not tacked down yet.
Big,
So-
scary wrinkles.
What I'm gonna do is go. It's like making a bed. You start at the corners, right? So I'm gonna lift this back corner, and I'm not gonna pull really hard. I'm just gonna kind of give it a little bit of tension, just to kind of relieve that big crease in the middle. You see, that basically got rid of a lot of this mess that was up here, right? Now I'm gonna go back to that side and do the same thing. Right, and then I'm gonna give a little bit of tension pulling this way and a little bit forward. Then I'm gonna try to flatten out this whole area, right? So I'm gonna lift a little bit back here, and whichever way the wrinkles are going, pull opposite of it, right? So I'm gonna grab it here, and just kind of, not a lot of pressure, just pulling them out slowly, and letting the vinyl kind of lay down. And see, that's nice and glass, right? So now all we gotta do is come back over that with a squeegee when we're ready.
Another thing I would say is, remember guys, this is dip
Yeah.
that he's going next to, and this vinyl is touching it, and it's not damaging the dip. This was sprayed
Yesterday.
yesterday. I sprayed this yesterday. So just so you can see, it's not very tacky until you really put effort
So
into
you
it.
put pressure onto the vinyl, especially the new 2080, this air release is really good.
Yeah.
So for you vinyl guys who know what you're doing and have seen this stuff before, the 1080 was good. This stuff is incredible. Like, that film that's on it, you can't even tell it's there until you peel it off. And I can take this whole roof, and I'll show you when I'm done, and ball that film into a ball like this big. It's so thin. All right, so I'm back at the front corner. I'm gonna, where we tacked it, pop it up, right? And the same thing as the back, like making the bed. So I'm gonna pop everything up, and I'm gonna give it a nice gentle pull. Might have to grab it in the center here a little bit, depending on how aggressive the curve of the windshield is. But don't worry too much about, you see these lines, right? So don't worry too much about those. I'm gonna show you guys a little trick for those.
Unfortunately, I have a sunroof that I forgot to tell him about.
Didn't tell me you had a sunroof, but
Yeah.
it's all right.
We're battling through this.
It's good. All right, and then we do the final corner.
Luckily, my sunroof falls in and doesn't go up and out. Like
Yeah,
most.
that's a whole nother ball game doing those. So like I said, the trick is not to be scared of the vinyl, because you can always peel it off and try again. I wouldn't suggest peeling it off and trying again, but you can.
Another thing, guys, I'm gonna put time cards to each section when it gets to an important point, so that you guys can make sure to, if you're at one step and you can't quite understand how to get past that step, I'll put time cards at the bottom so you guys can find what you need as well.
All right, so we got this big line here because I took a lot of the slack that was up front, right? And as I was pulling it, what it does is kind of works like a sheet. So if I pull this side, it's gonna relieve all that tension that way. So now I'm gonna go back to that corner that I started with and pull the rest of that tension out. And it'll get rid of those lines.
With that super bold line going.
That damn door. Okay, so not tacked, it'll just pull right back up. Pull up a little bit so it gets rid of the tack in the middle. And then there you go.
Look how beautiful it is. Just wait till we get in the sun. That's what I'm excited for. What is that, a 2-prong or a 3-prong?
2-prong.
Okay, I got extensions for you.
All right, well.
And we're back.
Okay, so we've got everything. We pulled the corners, right? We've made the bed. So now what we're gonna do is try to get rid of, and you're probably gonna have them on yours, these little wrinkles up front here. And since it's 3M, and this is pretty specific to 3M products, so if you have an Avery color, it's probably not gonna work too well, but it'll kind of work. So this is called chasing the lines, right? And 3M has this awesome property where it shrinks on itself. So watch this. This is just a normal old school heat gun my grandpa brought back from Nam. It's not working. Why is it not working? Oh, it's not plugged in, guys.
Oh.
Technical difficulty.
Here, we'll get it figured out. Here, we'll do a how-to basic video. Here, we'll just do a hands view. Ha ha! We figured it out.
Put some Benny Hill music in the background of that one.
As you as you see, we know what we're doing.
So this is called chasing the lines. Watch this. You see how it like shrinks itself back? Now, I won't get them all the way out, but what you do is you heat up the area around it. Look at that, pulling the lines out of there, right? So it's gonna shrink this whole thing down. Now, you don't wanna give it too much heat. You just kinda wanna circle it, let the whole area around it retract. We're gonna do this all the way across the front. And really anywhere that you have those raised lines, you wanna do this. And again, this is a 3M feature that kind of only works with 3M. Kind of works with Avery a little bit, but not as well. All right, so now we've got those big lines out. Old Faithful squeegee. I'm gonna start in the center, okay? And I'm not gonna go forward, I'm gonna go side to side, and I'm gonna leave about a foot around the front edge, okay? So I'm gonna start where the sunroof is on this car, but if you don't have a sunroof, kind of in the same area. Okay, and I'm gonna give it a decent amount of pressure because you wanna get all that air out of there. Keep your squeegee like a 45-degree angle and just work it all the way out. You wanna work forward.
Angle of the dangle, folks.
Yep. All right, so now that we've got to these lines, right? So I've kind of worked everything down to where these lines are starting. I'm gonna lift the front and I'm just gonna give it a little bit of pull. You don't wanna stretch this too much, right? So give it a little bit of pull and keep working it. Ah, okay, see, messed up. So you see this little line right here? Now, if you leave that, that's not gonna come out. You can't push it out with your finger or nothing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure our fingers are clean, right? And we're gonna put your hand under there and lift that vinyl up. Now you see I stretched it really good right here, okay? So you don't wanna lay that back down. You're gonna grab your heat gun or your hair dryer, make sure the vinyl's not touching, and just kind of heat it back up. Watch it shrink back.
Magic.
There you go. All right, so now let that cool. The key to working with vinyl is you don't really want to work with it when it's hot. You don't want to squeegee it when it's hot because you'll overstretch it and then it'll peel back. So now that line's gone, work all the way to the windshield.
Be patient with it.
Yep.
Especially if it's your first time.
If it's your first time, you're gonna encounter some problems. But like I said, vinyl is crazy forgiving. I basically wrinkled that, and that's impossible to get out unless you heat it back out.
And you guys know, watching my channel, I do custom lighting in Plasti Dip. I don't do vinyl. You guys know that. I say it
So
all
he's
the
learning
time.
as we go too.
I'm just. He said he can do it, and I was like, all right, let's get it. And he's down.
We have we're both, and we have a pretty big show coming up, Winterfest.
Yeah.
Which if you stay tuned,
they
to
know
the
all
channel,
about that.
you'll
Yeah.
probably see.
Constantly putting that in the description.
Yep. All right, so I've done this side. I'm gonna go do the other side. It's the exact same thing. We're kind of gonna fast forward this a little bit.
Yeah, we're gonna skip over this second
and
process.
then we'll catch up on the back side of the sunroof. All right, we're back. We squeegeed everything down. Remember to take your time when you're doing the center, because if you get one of those wrinkles, it's a pain in the ass to get it out. You have to peel everything back up, or you just have to deal with there being a wrinkle there, which nobody likes that. Okay, so now on most cars, you'll have a drip rail, right? So what we're gonna do on this one is roll it in. He's gonna put the drip rail back in it. So I'm gonna trim, you'll see there's two edges here. Okay, so the edge of the roof and the edge of the pillar. I'm gonna trim on the edge of the pillar so there's enough vinyl to roll in to the edge of the roof. All right, so you don't see it. So we'll do that real quick. Get your blade in there and kind of run the edge all the way down. Yeah, I know. I'm left-handed. It's weird. All right, when you get to the windshield, stop about an inch before it. Right? So stop, about that far away. What we're gonna do is lift the vinyl up and make sure we don't peel the dip with it because it's still wet. Okay. And then I'm gonna trim out. So instead of following that line all the way down, I'm just gonna give myself this much vinyl to work with now. So when I peel this off, I still have all this to do this corner. All right, so same thing with this side. We're just gonna trim all the way down.
Looking good, dude. Looking good.
And then
Almost ready.
out. Don't dip your car, kids.
Hey, slow down.
Vinyl wrap your car, kids. All right. So now that we've kind of cleared off the excess vinyl on the sides, I'm going to show you guys how to do your windshields, so the rear and the front.
Just gonna squeeze on by.
So if you look closely here, so this is generally what most windshields look like, right? There's a gap, the seal, and then the roof rolls down into it. So the seal is here. You guys saw that when we were cleaning it, right? So the goal here is to leave enough vinyl when we cut it to roll under that seal. So you see this front edge here, where this lip sits? There is where I'm gonna cut. So I'm gonna roll it over, right? And I'm gonna what's called bridge over it. So I'm not gonna tuck it down in there. I'm gonna bridge right over that gap and kind of run my finger down all the way across so you see that area there. And just to give you an idea, that edge was there. I'm just gonna run my blade on that edge all the way down, all the way across, right? When I get to the corner, again, I'm gonna come out. So I leave myself this mass of vinyl here on the corner, right? And I'll show you what that's for a little bit later. Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of give you a rundown on how to do corners, right? Let me go grab the heat gun. No, this is the 2080
This is super satisfying, by the
And
way.
like, yeah, you know those things you peel off the front of your phone that like you can only do once, it'll never go
This
back
is
on?
it.
This is it. That's amazing.
And I don't get to do it.
Oh, it's so nice. But like this, it's so thin.
Just think of saran wrap. When
It's
you
so-
see this,
yeah, it really
it's,
is.
it's
It's
saran wrap on a whole other level.
So like, look how like fresh, glossy, this
Buttery,
shit is, man.
smooth.
Oh, it's so nice. And once this bakes in the sun and we post heat it,
Yeah, it's gonna sit out in the
It's gonna
sun
be-
pretty much the rest
it's
of
gonna
the
be
day.
fucking mint.
This is minty fresh Miata. What are you gonna be, minty fresh Skyline now?
Yeah, that's too fresh skyline.
Oh, okay.
So like, I have the Instagram name already, but apparently with large accounts, it takes like 14 days to change your name.
Good thing mine's never gonna change.
That's what I said too.
Oh no, this car, I'm never getting rid of
So
this
like,
car.
check this shit out. Like that's a whole roof. That's insane. Like this stuff is so thin, but it works so well. Like I could do a bumper with this stuff. And for you vinyl guys who know what I'm talking about, like I could stretch a whole bumper with this stuff on it and you won't even know it's there. It's amazing.
We're about 80 steps closer, guys.
Almost. Okay, so we've trimmed the windshield, right, on that front edge. So we have all that vinyl to play with, and we're gonna use that to tuck under that front seal. We've also trimmed on this edge to leave us enough to roll into the drip rail, which leaves us with this corner right here with all this extra vinyl, right? So you can't just leave that. So what we're gonna do is take this heat gun or your hair dryer, whatever. Hold the tip of the vinyl, right? Give it a little bit of heat. And I have this fancy wrap glove, but you can just use your finger and roll that corner down. Okay, so it's gonna leave a little bit of wrinkle, but you're not gonna see that because we're gonna roll it under that seal. So let's do that. If I can find my tuck tool. So I'm gonna peel back this seal, right? If I can get to it. And each car is gonna be a little bit different, but most cars have this front seal. You see, I just peeled it back, used my squeegee, tucked it under. And I'm just gonna keep going with that theme all the way across the windshield. And sometimes this takes 20 seconds and sometimes this takes 45 minutes. But you get a good groove going like that, and it'll just roll in there, right? And just do that all the way across, front and back. It's all going to be the same thing. Usually they have these same corners on the front side and the back side of most cars with drip rails. If they don't, you'll kind of get the same gist of how to do it on yours. It's all the same. You see, we just tuck right under that seal.
All right, guys, so we're here with Ryan. We're gonna let him talk about a Skyline. I'm gonna keep my back to the wind, and then I'll do a walk around with the car as he's talking.
All right, so 1990 GTS-T. It's not a GTR. Four-door, so pretty rare. The next time you see this car, it's gonna be way different.
It'll be Arizona T.
It'll be Arizona T. We'll
Oh,
have,
let's not forget.
oh yeah, right-hand drive.
It's all JDM.
So it's completely taken apart right now because we're wrapping everything and still have to put it all back together, but JDM is fuck.
Tell me what you guys think of this OEM paint. How do you get this open? Here, open the back. Like that rear deck looks. I don't know what it is, but I love it.
It's like a pearl white.
It's like a weird cream color. Oh, here.
There you go. Dirty as shit.
I don't know what it is, man. I just love that color. It looks so good. But
Cover it with wrap.
save it for later.
Yeah.
People don't know.
It's
Oh, you. That's the exterior switch. If you guys didn't know, it's rare. It's one of a
in
kind.
Japan they roll the windows out outside the car because they're back.
Oh, jeez. But yeah, he's got some work to do left. But I mean, like I said, guys, if you want to come see these cars, come to Winterfest. Come hang out with us. Come talk. Ask questions. Ryan's a people person. I'm a people person. So we're gonna give you a little sneak peek. That's it. But yeah, I mean, dude, he killed it today. I feel bad. He had family stuff, and he stayed a little bit too long. I felt bad, so I'm gonna make it up to him somehow. We'll figure something out. But yeah, this thing's gorgeous. You guys will see more of it when he's done. He wants to do a video, right? You want to do a video? So when we're done here, we'll go do a video with him. We'll hang out with him for the day, or have him come out here. We'll do like a show here, and we'll do a cool video like we've done before. You guys have seen those. So big shout out to Ryan, guys. Like I said, his stuff's gonna be in the description, and stay tuned for the next video. It's gonna be dope. Later.